welcome to Expert Link. I'm here in wonderful Birmingham with the amazing Darren Murinas from Expert Citizens in Stoke. How are you, mate?
All right, David. Good morning everyone. We're at the Losing Control event.
Losing Control event. It's all about power and shifting and stuff like that. But actually, one of the things that we noticed last night when we were walking around is the amount of people on the streets here in Brum, as there is everywhere, which always begs the question, and we were talking about it last night, is about the rough sleeper figures. What's real and what's not real, and so what are your thoughts around that, Daz?
For me, my thoughts are that they're not a correct estimate. I think they estimated 4,600 people sleeping currently on the streets in the country. I believe that figure, you could probably triple it.
Yep.
In my mind. I believe when the counts are taking place, some things are not taken into consideration. Like there's a lot more emergency night shelters open now. There's a lot more faith groups and churches taking people in off the streets. And also I believe when the count was done the other week, that in some places of the country, SWEP was activated. So people wouldn't have been on the streets for that count anyway. And for me, why do we keep have to not tell the truth about the exact numbers?
So, I mean, that's so pertinent. It's about that truth thing, isn't it? And we're trying to change the system. We're trying to, or the government has a target to halve and then finally eradicate rough sleeping by 2027, I think it is, something like that. And actually, we're doing all this work, but we're basing it on an untruth.
Yes.
So it's for me, it's not going to work. So one of the things might be for us. You mentioned then about the shelters that are opening, and the RSI money that's there, and people are chasing this RSI money, and they're putting in the extra churches and floating shelters and stuff like that, and taking people off the streets, and doing that just before we count, and then that.
Saying our money's worked and our investments are working. Well, unfortunately, guys, at the government, it's not. That people, continuously losing their lives every day on the streets. We had a young gentleman in Stoke the other week. There was a young gentleman in Birmingham a few nights ago, and this is constantly happening. And I want people in power now to start taking responsibility for people who are losing their lives every day.
Absolutely, mate. I'm with you 100%. So if we can sit here like everybody and we can all whinge all day about the government, and I think there's something actually about we need to come up with some positive suggestions. So one of the things for me, I don't know how you feel about this, one of the things for me is about why aren't we using that wisdom and the experience of the people who've slept rough on the street to actually monitor what's going out there and hold areas to account to make sure that the government money that's being spent is being spent in the right areas in the right way and saving those people on the streets.
Yes, and also what for me is is the verification of rough sleepers.
Yeah.
That we're all professional people. We all have got great common sense. Let's trust our professional common sense. And when we see somebody out there on the streets, we don't have to see them bedding down at a certain time with 4 sleeping bags on them to say they're a rough sleeper.
No, we know.
Let's use our professional intelligence.
Yeah, absolutely, mate, absolutely. So, hey, listen, what would be interesting for us to find out what other people think right now. What do you think we should be doing? Do you think the count is right? Do you think we should be doing other ways of doing the counts? Do you think that we should use the wisdom of that lived experience to hold areas to account, to make sure that the money, because it's a lot of money, mate, there's millions of pounds that the government is putting out there that is spent in the right way to save those lives? What do you what do you think?
Let us know.
Yeah. Guys, so that's us enough from here in Birmingham. We're going to go back into the Losing Control event, which I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be really good. So until next time, stay safe.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. No matter what.
All right? Does that sound all right?